This is a Japanese, or wa style handle. This is a Western, or yo style handle. A lot of customers, when looking for their first knife, always ask which one's better, and the too long didn't read is neither. It comes down to preference. But if you can't come into the shop and get them in hand, then let's talk about what the difference is. Let's start with Western, which is probably the most familiar option for a lot of people. These guys have a full tang construction, sometimes half on something like these Masutanis, but it's the same idea. The first argument people make for these handles is that they are a much tougher construction with the full tang, and I'm not going to argue that. That is absolutely true. These guys can take more abuse. However, I always tell people that if you're rough enough with the knife to destroy a Japanese style handle, that the blade's going to be screwed long before then, and without the blade, the handle's kind of useless. Now, I think what the bigger difference is with the Western style handle is going to be the balance and the feel in hand. So of course, with like the welded steel bolster, and we've got the big thick tang pins in there, we've got the tang running the whole way, this is going to bring the weight closer down to the handle, which is going to make it feel more like a German style knife. Japanese handles, on the other hand, are going to be much lighter overall. They use what's called a pin tang, so the blade comes down usually about halfway through the handle, and it's usually glued or burned in. This is going to make the knife overall lighter, and it's usually going to pull the balance point further towards the blade. Now, while it's true that this handle style is not going to be as durable as the yo style, I personally find it more comfortable, and I appreciate when the knife is lighter overall. There's also usually a bigger gap here, which is going to be really nice to tuck your finger in when you're using a pinch grip. Now let's talk about the longevity of these knives. Now, of course, if something does go wrong with one of these guys, they're super easy to pop off, glue back on, or burn back on. And you can also swap the handles out if this one's getting tired or you just want to change a pace. Yo styles, on the other hand, well, you would be hard pressed to mess this guy up. If you did, it's a lot of work to repair, and it can be difficult to find someone that's willing to do that work. So what's your preference? Japanese style wa or Western style yo handles?